All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all glory, honor, and praises due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Waharakah HaKadosh. Double honors to our apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who rule well over the flock of Israel. Shalom and salutations to you, Akim, out here with some words of truth and sincerity. Shalom to all the Lord's elect, Akim and Akwab, scattered Israelites and Israelite foreigners. Abarat Dazah, this video is edifying and refining my. You know, history tends to repeat itself. In the scriptures, we got indicators of that by way of in Ecclesiastes. It tells you that there's nothing new under the sun. There was an insurrection act that was drafted and passed in America in 18, I believe the year was 1834 or 1865 or somewhere around there. An insurrection act. Could have been the 1890s. But this is the era in which that over 100-year-old act is going to make a comeback. As we speak, you got National Guards troops in cities like DC, cities like Chicago, Memphis, and most recently they're in Portland, Oregon, which is like home for Antifa. What's going on in America's backyards is that, you know, your government is setting the stage for what you can call pretty much like a civil war type scenario. You know, the apostles went through this term Black Swan, and the Black Swan event is dictated by something that's unexpected. Nobody foresaw it. Rare, because that's what the sighting of a black swan would be. It would be a rare sighting, something you never see. You always see the white swan, not the black ones. And they gave the example of a 2008 crash, market crash or housing bubble crash, in which the markets collapsed around 2008. We went into a recession. Well, just yesterday, recent news, Friday, October 10th, I believe, or 11th, you had the largest drop in Bitcoin in a single day. The markets lost money. The largest drops in the markets in a single day since 2020. So everything is proving itself to be volatile now. Scripture says that he shall laden himself with thick debt or thick clay. The word abatya in the Hebrew is debt. So the Esau Edom, which is the ruler of America, his debt is sky high. Reportedly, what Russia came out and said is that America wants to cancel its debt by way of using the central digital currency. Basically, find a way to swoop in and alleviate itself. And all these world leaders, you find out they're really just playing a game to bring in this new world order and to get some type of name. Saw Trump really pushing for the Nobel Peace Prize. He didn't get it. The next day, it was sanctions on China, which caused this 220 what is it 200 billion dollar market collapse. 19% of Bitcoin drop in Bitcoin in a single day. So what's happening in this society is complete chaos, order of chaos. You know, and the scripture says Yahweh is not mocked. Whatsoever a man sow, that shall he also reap. What this man sowed is the state of confusion. Man. The fact that all of these people don't know who they are can lead back to this man Esau Edom, all right, who runs these textbooks. By the way, a lot of your school textbooks that we grew up on, I believe it's called McGraw-Hill. That was Ghislaine Maxwell's father's company, but she's the right hand of Epstein. So yeah, showing you how close to comfort this whole thing is ran. It's a tightly, well organized machine, man. It's ran by the elites of Esau Edom, and they pretend to be pious. The scripture tell you that even the angel of light can transform. Satan can transform into an angel of light. right? All they want to do is drug you up, whether it's the pharmaceutical industry, whether it's these textbooks and these school systems, these school systems. They just want you believing in one lie after the next, one lie after the next. And this is why social media, even though it's damn near Pandora's box, you never know what you're going to get. But if you have a eye for truth, you're going to find it. Starting with the apostles of Great Millstone. And what you do is, when you Googling some of these scriptures, does this mean America? Can this be interpreted as America? Our apostles have found out that a lot of times chat will tell you right directly that groups, GMS and other groups, similar groups, teach that this is America. So, we all over chat. That demon chat know all about it. All right. It knows all about it. So it knows that we teach the mark. It knows who believes in hell doctrine and who doesn't, who teaches what. All right. So when they finally come against us, they're going to have everything they need, based upon our videos and what we teach. They're going to know our doctrine just as much as we do. At least chat does. But this is it, man. We in these end times, and it's supposed to get a little frustrating. It's going to get a little, right? Because the scriptures have brought us the gate that leads to destruction. The straight and narrow is the way that leads to salvation. So you're going to be frustrated, at times. You're going to feel like, you're being tested to the fullest extent of your limitations. But how about Shemi Awashai? He got your foot so you won't slip. All right? Make strong the feeble knees. Hold you up. Hold you up. Hold your feet up. Because we almost around the corner, man. This thing is really, really ticking. And it's ticking faster, man. There's really no prosperity here in Babylon anymore. You got these videos floating around of these women basically talking about their EBTs and their situation getting cut off dry. What's going to happen to them? What's going to happen to the kids, right? Seems like nobody cares about the kids. You got the deportation element, whereas somebody's dad, the breadwinner of the family, can get deported at any minute, any moment, but they still got to go out and work. ICE is in the midst, right? ICE and National Guards, YNs mixed in with, um, Karens. It's like a night from hell, man. It's exactly what it feels like being here, man. Forced, a whole bunch of forced smiles, people on their last leg, check to check, not eating, food scarcities, malnutrition. So you're already eating donuts for breakfast, sugar snacks, cocoa puffs. The diet's all messed up. They said ever since that food group came in, there was a spike in cancer. I believe there was a spike, direct spike, once they had the food group pyramid. So this is hell, man. This place is not your rest. It shall utterly destroy you and pollute you. So that's the Babylonian experience, man. Not to mention all the blood that was shed here, man. So as soon as you touch a history book, you recognize and realize quickly that, as far as the eye can see, man, Gad ruled this country once upon a time. So all of these interstates, these freeways, all of these homes, all these beautiful museums and historical markers, statues, they're all built on top of burial grounds. Blood was shed, and the scripture says the land cannot be cleansed, except the blood of him that sheddeth it, except by the blood of him that sheddeth it. When a man's blood touches the soil, it condemns the land. He was murdered there. This is the legacy of Esau Edom, the so-called white man today, who has decidedly is still Cain, running, being that vagabond and that fugitive, running from that justice. But the Lord has a mission for him, a bigger element to this. So that's why we tell brothers, warn brothers against this man, because he looks untouchable. The scripture says, though I was envious at the foolish, and I saw the prosperity of the wicked. So you see Esau, Edom winning, you'll make a wrong mistake and start to trust that man and to think you got to align your thoughts and your hearts and your intentions with that man. Really, that man is just the devil that the Bible speaks of. He's doing an excellent job of that. All right, you got to give it to him, man. He done separated men from the women. Like there's a spiritual hazard, slippery when wet scenario between Jake and Eve, man. Just can't get it right. And Eve, she actually living out her best life. They boast about their whole phases. Being a hoe is now the epitome of being a woman, man. That's what being a wife used to be. It's set in high esteem. What the scripture says, folly is set in great dignity. It also tells you to rise up, you women that are at ease, right? You shall lament for the teats. Why? Because it's going to be a great famine. You're going to want to pass away and won't be able to. That goes along for your bunion, your hard-headed little YN in training offspring, cockroaches that you're raising up, be pretty much bastards. All right, 3, 4 different baby fathers. The cultures of this place is demonic, man. But you could thank Esau. Thank Esau, the same androgynous man from Greece and Rome has come back to rule the world one more time. And at last, he will do it for a last time. He won't. On his way out, he's trying to create a new world order. And this is what it feels like for Esau's dream to come true. Androgyny, all right? PDF fileisms, which is on the rise, man. That border, they say that border has all types of PDF files just lurking because the parents can easily get separated from the children. They running in different ways, all right? And Jake, 2/3 of our people, they just want to sing and dance. They ain't worried about nothing else. How to get tickets to a Chris Brown concert, So there's great wickedness about to happen. Remember plagues? I just did a lesson on how AI is being used to create new viruses, where the virus is 50 times stronger than the natural born virus. We in the last days, man. All right, you still eating your bread defiled amongst the Gentiles. All right, you got 40 different ingredients in a hot dog. All right, you got the certain amount of legal amount of feces and rat hairs that can be found in your cereal or your chocolate. Come to find out, the word organic versus the word 100% organic or slightly organic. There's just the language of the two variations, 3 variations of the same word mean completely different things. Meaning that there was no pesticides tested on it, or there was a limited amount of pesticides. All right, recalls after recalls, salmonella, E. coli. This is the shadow of death. All right, look at the music. 10 years, 15, 25 years later, right? Hip hop celebrating 50 years of hip hop. And for half of this 50 years, it's been about death. Complete death culture, man. You don't raise a whole class of would-be doctors and lawyers into being thugs and killers and murderers and pimps because of this damn experiment that they're running on tape. Consistently and constantly running experiments, creating YNs. We seen the movie with Jamie Foxx, I forget, they clone Tyrone. And then you got BG. BG running around in Africa and India, snatching up whoever kids he could snatch up, doing some running bio scams on them, testing out new jabs left and right, man. Then you let your children watch a cartoon on Netflix, and they're liable to be interested in the same sex after watching the Jurassic Park. Y'all ever seen that Jurassic Park cartoon on Netflix? The dad came out, said he damn near almost turned it off until he seen the two women kiss. Now the girl got a girlfriend. It's all sickening, man. Meanwhile, they playing with your emotional stability, man. This place wants to see you defeated. Scripture tell you when Esau Edom came into power, wickedness multiplied. That was during the time of the Greeks. And what the Greeks was known for, pedophilism. They said it was as normal to have for a noble to have be walking hand in hand with his boy lover during the time of Rome and Greece. It was a normal sight to see. By the way, he had a wife. His wife know that he had a boy. They even had a term. I forget what the name was. Quite something with a C. Because Alexander the Greek had one. He was a Jake boy, from what I remember. But yeah, man, the turning of the things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay. We are at the end of this thing, man. All right. Lord said, when they shall say peace and sorrow, then sudden destruction cometh. When they shall say peace and safety. It's like, because the Lord got to tackle this place once and for all. This is a wicked, 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 super wicked society. Definitely a top tier evil, wicked society. It's great. Babylon the Great is a great form of wickedness, a great form of idolatry. American Idol. It's not by coincidence. Washington monuments, all of this, it wants to be Egypt. And it is spiritually Egypt. Scripture tell you. We at the end times, man. The Lord's told us to watch, pray, be sober. All right, occupy till I come. All right, gird up your loins as a man, sigh and act cry. You got that mark of exemption. For in the day of the Lord, you'll be exempt from that judgment. When the Lord comes back and pleads with the enemy. All right, I'm Barak Leave it at that. Go over this video. Is that a fine? Until next time. Shalom.